Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds, the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. This poem is one of the best known poems of 20th century English literature, and definitely an iconic poem by Robert Frost. The poem opens with the speaker standing in a wood. Across the road from the woods that the speaker is passing through, there is a frozen lake. Houses are beyond the vision of the speaker, and quietness marks the scene. It's snowing heavily. The speaker can hear the soft and almost inaudible sound made by wind and soft snowflakes falling in the wood. Though the owner of these woods stays in the village and doesn't know that the speaker is enjoying the beauty of his woods. This is the beautiful backdrop of this poem. In the second stanza, the poet introduces his horse as a foil and personified. The horse seems to inquire, what is there to stop for out in the cold, away from bin and stall, and above all on an evening which is the darkest evening of the year? The poet constantly directs the reader's vision in such a manner that he begins to view the poet's experience as a universal experience. And the simple lyric gives profound implications and immense possibilities of meaning. To this crux or the subject of the poem, the poet expresses a universal conflict felt by every sensitive individual. And this idea is expressed in the last stanza of this poem. There are two forces that constantly pulling an individual apart. On the one side, there are the demands of practical life, certain obligations on the part of an individual. And on the other side, there is the almost universal latent desire in everyone to escape into a land of daydreaming and fond reveries. These forces are constantly pulling an individual apart. Here the poet chooses to fulfill his duties before he goes off to sleep forever. And the words in last stanza, miles and sleep and promises, take us into the realm of implications and give symbolic meaning, the long journey of life, eternal sleep, and obligations respectively. The rhythm of the poem and the efficacy of the repetitions of the last line continue to make it one of those poems that combine popular appeal with true artistic merit. These qualities place this poem among the honored and treasured lyrics of English. And the last powerful lines of this poem keep echoing in the mind of the readers and motivate to miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep.